Thank you for listening today on Revealing Wholeness, sponsored by Infinity Whole Health. Check out our website at infinityWholeHealth.com, where we are revealing the eternal in each individual, the infinite in the individual. The creativity is made manifest. Limitation is let go. Now, here's your host, Dr. Troy Munson.
Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Troy. Now, this particular title, I'm going to qualify because you're probably out there thinking, wait a minute. But I want you to understand, we're going to ask one question first. And we're going to talk about exercise at a little bit of length here and what it does for the heart. Now, many of you out there may be thinking that, hey, you have to exercise to have a healthy heart. And that's actually not true. Let me ask this question. If you have a heart that is indeed healthy and completely nutritionally sound, does it have a symptom, even if it's not technically quote-unquote fit, meaning you exercise regularly? If you don't have a fit heart, can you still have a healthy heart? And the answer, I believe, is absolutely. Now, if you want to sit all your life and do very little, your heart is not going to be very fit. However, does it have to be sick or have palpitations or arrhythmias or PVCs or weak veins or clogging arteries? No, it doesn't have to have any of those things. And in fact, you will not have symptoms with a healthy heart, whether it is fit or not fit. Now, the only symptom you'll get is, let's say that you're a sedentary person and you go jump up to start running. Are your legs going to tolerate that very long? No, they are not. Is your stomach going to tolerate that very long? I can remember being 15 years of age and making the soccer team on my high school team. And we had a coach that he wasn't a pro, he was a semi-pro for a while. Man, did he run us. And the funny thing is I hadn't even considered having a six-pack. But I'll tell you what, by week 2 of soccer practice, I had a six-pack. My stomach hurt so bad by week 3, it hurt to laugh. I was thinking, I was laughing and crying and laughing and crying and hurting all at the same time. And I'm like, it hurts so bad I can't stop laughing. And my stomach was just killing me by day 3. But I'll tell you what, by the second week, I could run. How far do you want me to run? Got it. Do it. My stomach didn't ever bother ever again. It was ripped. I was amazed. I'm like, oh, this is what practice does. But if you have a completely healthy system that has plenty of nutrient value and all the cells are happy, your heart is not going to have any symptoms. But guaranteed, if you have massive fatigue, if you have palpitations like heart palpitations or arrhythmias, if you've got the first signs of heart disease, if you've already had a mild heart attack, I'm telling you right now, exercise is only going to deplete the nutrients of what little you have left in your body. Exercise does not add any value nutrition-wise, it only robs. Now, it does create fitness. That is very different. It is why some of these triathletes that I've talked about drop dead of a heart attack in the middle of a race. Now, there are other factors, don't get me wrong. They have definitely depleted themselves and they're doing these ridiculous packets of goo that are electrolyte and carb and mild protein based to try and keep the energy systems up when they're doing these ridiculous races and things that they do. And I say ridiculous, I don't mean to do that. I used to play volleyball for 8 to 12 hours a day. That's ridiculous too. So let me remove the comment of ridiculous. And let me just say that, okay, if you're going to demand that much out of your body, you have to at some point in time think, maybe I should treat this thing a little bit differently than I am. But I don't know why they don't think that. And so doing massive amounts of caffeine and other things in these goos to try to maintain energy levels, you gotta expect it's going to do something pretty negative to your heart, not to mention your other organs and your gut and your brain. And so it is just a problem waiting to happen. So if you're out there thinking, I need to start exercise to get my heart healthy, please think again. If your diet is awesome and your blood work looks immaculate in optimal levels, not medical norms, but optimal levels, and you feel amazing and you have awesome energy and you sleep great, but you just don't want to work out, and finally you get this wild hair to say, hey, I think I'm going to start exercising. Okay, I think you could do it. And all you need to do is to do a little bit of working out to get your heart where you want it. How good do you want your heart? It doesn't take much. You're going to get it pretty ship-shape pretty quickly. You still want to start off slow, but for the vast majority of people out there that eat McDonald's at least once a month, which is like 85+% of the population, and they don't even know what a vegetable is, I mean, come on. Do you really want to go start exercising your heart when you're fatigued every day? You sleep like crap. You breathe laboriously. You probably snore. Your sinuses are probably unhappy. You're probably reacting to most pollen, and you think you have seasonal allergies, but you just have massive inflammation all over your body, and you're going to try to take that body and go exercise your heart. Please don't do that. Let's start with some basics. Let's start turning around a diet first. Let's start putting some nutrients into your system and start getting some things to heal. Then let's start doing some walking, getting your heart rate up a little bit. Maybe going on a fast walk eventually. Maybe going on a 3 or 4 mile hike up and down where you're really pushing it. Then you can do some running and take care of your muscles and your digestive system so you can digest protein and rebuild your body. That would be good. Let's not go too fast here, and let's not get the cart before the horse. So I hope that kind of hits us square between the eyes about what we really should be thinking about doing with our heart. That it really is how healthy your body is. Now, you might think because I do a lot of nutritional stuff and I eat really well that I exercise all the time. I don't. I do not. I have exercised for the vast majority of my life. And you know what? I don't want to anymore. I like having energy. I like sleeping great. I like feeling wonderful. I don't care if my heart can't run a marathon. I'm okay with that. And you know what? Tomorrow, if I fly out of this world with a heart attack, which probably isn't going to happen, I'm not going to care. And so there's a place for us that we want to get to that I think is really awesome. And there needs to be some internal mental fortitude and some dietary fortitude and simplicity, and then beginning to reshape our thinking into a way that brings ease and peace into our life rather than more chaos and stress into our life. So again, each to their own. If you like chaos and stress, you go for it. I'm not going to judge you on it. That's you. For me, I know what I'm going to do. The vast majority of people out there are not gym rats. They don't want to go exercise for 5 hours a day. And so the vast majority of us that just want to stay to a level of function that is at least good and can do everything in my life that I need to do, that's enough. Now, for the rest of you, that 10% or a little less that want to do massive amounts and just be gung-ho, you go for it. If you want to play pickleball once in a while, then you're going to need a little bit more athleticism and a bit better heart. If you want to hike a little bit more than once in a while, then you're probably going to need to demand a little bit more out of your body. But you don't need much more. Let's just be smart. Let's thank our heart. That would be great too. Just simply say, heart, I love you so much. Thank you for the years of service that you've had. Maybe I've never said that. I'm sorry for not doing that, but thank you. You're awesome. Keep pumping. So I hope that helps. Until next time, I'm Dr. Troy. And remember, there's way more right with you than there is wrong with you.
Thanks for listening. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach Dr. Munson at 360-893-8586 or email him at chiroman@dr.com. That's CHIROMAN at dr.com. Check out our current workshop schedule on Facebook at Infinity Whole Health.
The information on Dr. Troy Munson's podcast is meant to educate the listener and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease.